What's up, Squad fam, and welcome back to another epic tutorial on my channel. In today's tutorial, I will be teaching you something very cool. Actually very hot, in fact. We will be teaching you how to fry an egg. Yeah, this tutorial is from 2020, so if you're watching in the future, this might not work for you. Also, this works on any OS, whether you're male, female, or other. It also works internationally, so I hope you enjoyed this tutorial. Now, before we jump into this tutorial, I'm going to tell you some stories. So, millions of years ago, humans have discovered the fire and have discovered that food tastes better if it's hot and cooked. Now, since generations, this recipe in my family has been passed down from one person to the other, from father to daughter to son, and so on. It ended up here in my hands. This is an epic recipe that revolutionized cooking. It reinvented it. So I hope you do enjoy this recipe. Now, what you need for this recipe, what your shopping list should contain, is egg. You need an egg. And yeah, that's about it. You really only need egg. Now, before we start cooking, so you can cook with egg, you're going to have the story of egg. Those who don't know where to get eggs, they're laid by chickens, and chickens hatch out of them. But the eggs are so early in the stage that while they're cooking, there can't be a chicken hatching out of it, so don't worry about that one. Okay, now to get to the point, we need to talk about the history of chickens in the modern world. They all started out in Asia, and basically, they're running around and they repopulated like crazy in spring, I think it was, when a certain plant grew. Now humans found out if we feed them constantly, they will reproduce a lot, which means we could use those eggs. Now that you know the history of eggs, I'm gonna need to tell you some things before cooking. This recipe is not vegan, and it does contain egg, so you gotta be careful if you don't want that. What else? Stove is hot, so if you burn yourself, I'm not responsible for anything. That's gonna be your own fault. Yeah, and that's about it. Let's just jump right into it. I'm gonna get some eggs right now. Cross this thing off my shopping list. And if you don't know how to get an egg, check out my tutorial how to obtain egg. Link is gonna be in the description below. Okay, so while I was gone, I have obtained egg. I have purchased it from my closest egg dealer. And here we go. Well, shit. That's why I always check the cartons before buying eggs, because some egg dealers are just not trustable. So, you see, a common beginner mistake is to just buy the eggs without looking further into them, and it turned out to be a scam, so I just lost my money that I gave this dealer. Yeah, I'm gonna be back, but this time with actual eggs. Okay, I'm back, but this time with eggs. So while you think you can just crack the egg and just throw it in there, you actually can't. You're gonna need some oil first. In this case, I'm using sunflower oil because it is the cheapest, and the oil really doesn't make that big of a taste difference. So I'm just gonna pour some oil in here. There we go, nice oil. Some nice oily pan. You're going to try to spread that oil all across the pan. Try not to use too much oil, or else the US will try to invade your pan, which will start an event which is quite annoying to deal with. And I might make a tutorial on what happens then, but maybe. So let's continue on to the next step. What you do now is you warm up the stove. You can also warm up the stove before. That's the wrong fucking stove. You can also warm up the stove before you before you put the oil. That way it's easier to spread around. I don't think it's that big of a problem to spread oil, but some people don't really like it. Okay, now that we have our pan, we have our oil. What we can do next is we crack an egg. Just like that, with a knife. Easy enough. Pour the contents of the egg into the pan. Now if you are pansexual, maybe don't get too attracted to the pan, because yeah, that's quite a problem with some people. Okay, we do the second egg as well. Those are some nice yellows. Those are some nice yolks. And yeah, these are the eggs. Now we just kind of wait for them to cook up. Now while they're cooking up, I would like to tell you some things. Firstly, this is a tutorial that I will provide absolutely for free. So you don't have to pay me, which is very interesting. Now also, if your yolk is runny just like here, because you fucked up cracking the egg, that is a-okay. You can keep it that way. It'll just not taste too good. Secondly, there are some heathens who take their egg and flip it upside down before finishing the cooking process. And I can just say to that, why are you objectively wrong? I'm just asking them. Yeah, this is a sunny side up egg, as some people have called it, but I just call it fried egg because the other way is fucking awful. Okay. Now, what you're gonna need next is some spices. Now, because not everyone has all the spices they need for this, here I'm gonna keep it very simple. Now, you might see the egg is beginning to pop. That's because it's warming up. And it's swelling up, just like it should. I'm gonna get some salt right here. And some pepper. Alright. Salt and pepper has been obtained. And now that the egg is beginning to pop, this is where you begin the seasoning. You salt it up. And then you grab this, you got the pepper, and also pepper it up a tiny bit. There we go. Nice popping egg. Now what you need to be careful about is that you don't leave it cooking for too long, or else it will become a brown crust, and you will have fucked it up just like you fuck up everything else in your life. So maybe try to actually be responsible for once, and take it off the stove at the correct moment. We'll grab a spatula right here, and the epic tutorial should be finished fairly soon. Now this is obviously a step-by-step guide, meaning it's not that accessible to wheelchair users, so if you are in a wheelchair, I'm sorry for that. You might need to get some help, because this is a step-by-step guide. I totally didn't make this joke in my last two videos, but who the fuck cares? Okay, now you can take it off whenever you want. I take it off at about this moment, because it's hardened enough, but it doesn't have too much of a brown crust. There we go. And now that you've done this, you have officially prepared egg. Now, quite excellent. I'm quite impressed that you did it from beginning to end. And you need to, like, if it comes out like this, kind of bad looking, you just need to accept it. I mean, not every egg can be exceptional. There are some, you gotta keep your egg expectations low. Okay. That's it, yolks. Okay, that one was really bad. I'm very sorry. That's it, yolks, for today's tutorial. Now, if you need a tutorial on how to eat egg, please do leave a comment down below, and I will give you a tutorial on how to consume egg. You can also click the link below to watch how to obtain egg. And yeah, that's about it. I hope you did enjoy this video. If you did, please leave a like. If we can reach 69 likes, I will literally eat egg. I will show you how to consume egg. So if you're interested in that, please do leave a like. Subscribe for more. And I hope you did understand this tutorial. If you didn't, then I'm very sorry. Yeah. Also, when buying computer parts, please use my checkout link. You've been scammed, and use it everywhere just to get a 69% deal off of any egg. You can just tell it to your dealer. I cannot tell you where I get my eggs because that's very secretive, but I hope you manage to get yours. With all that said, I hope you did enjoy this video. Take care, and